A very good afternoon to the children. A very good afternoon to the children, class 11 arts. মা এটা আসছে না কেন স্যার? যাচ্ছে না যে লিখবো কি করে বোর্ডে? এটা টান পড়ে যাচ্ছে। হ্যাঁ কেন বলুন তো? এই দেখুন কেমন টান পড়ে, নিচে নামানো ছিল মনে হয় নাকি? ম্যাম নো শিডিউল ওয়াজ আপডেটেড ফর টুডে না? এ বাবা, আজকের জন্য কোনো শিডিউল দেওয়া হয়নি ওদের? ওদের লিখছে, রিদ্ধা লিখছে। আবার কি? Riddha, is it so that no schedule was given to you for today? All of you, is it so that no schedule was given to you for today? No ma'am, oito. I have checked it. Yes ma'am, yes ma'am, no schedule was given. দেখছেন এরকম? Okay, never mind. First one is my class, Pol Science. As we were provided with the schedule, I suppose unfortunately there was a mistake maybe that no schedule has been provided to you, but even then I was doing with the fourth chapter, election and representation. Not fourth chapter, this is the third chapter, isn't it? Election and representation is the third chapter, sorry. This is the third chapter. We have already started with what do you mean by election, what is representation. I have firstly explained you the meaning of the names of the chapters. Then I have told you about link between democracy and elections, how both are interlinked and how one cannot exist without the other. Clear? Now before going into the system, I will first I want to explain you with a few terms so that we can understand that these kinds of these things exist all more or less most countries of the world. Listen. This part you have studied in class 9 curriculum. What is the constituency? As I have told you that constituencies are in class 9 schedule you have studied. It was in class 9 curriculum that you have studied what is a constituency. Constituencies are electoral zones. These electoral zones are what? They are created for the purpose of smooth elections. For example, it is not possible if this is India, is it possible that for whole of India you will have the elections at one particular day, in one particular day? No, it's not possible. It will be very difficult. The election commission will go mad to arrange for election in one particular day for the whole country like India. If you divide the country into several states, then also it is not possible, because if you go, you will find that population of some states, like for example the population of West Bengal is greater than or larger than that of even New Zealand. Leave the case of Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, they are much more populated areas. So for Indian states, you know, some of the Indian states are having population which are much larger to some countries of the world. So it's not possible to have the election in one particular day also. So what happens, the states are divided into a number of electoral zones, and these electoral zones are known as constituencies. These electoral zones are known as constituencies. Usually one district is treated as a constituency. One district, which means that when you try to make a constituency, you will have to emphasize on two things. One is the population, and the second one is the area, territory. Two things you have to take into account before you are dividing a particular state into territories. Constituency. Usually I have told you one district is treated as one constituency, clear. But for some districts of India, some districts, yes, for example, take the district of Burdwan. It is so large and densely populated that in the year 2014 it had to be divided into two constituencies. I know that all of you know this particular thing, that we are divided into two, Burdwan East and Burdwan West. Clear? So electoral zones are, constituencies are electoral zones for the purpose of smooth elections. And there are two types of constituency. One is single member constituency, single member, and another one is multi-member. Okay, single member what? From one constituency, from one political party, only one candidate will contest elections. For example, from this constituency, from all the parties like Indian National Congress, BJP, TMC, CPI, TMC, and all the other parties. From one party, one candidate, all the constituencies. But when there is multi-member constituency, that means more than one. From one party, from one constituency, more than one person can contest election from one particular party. This is what you know about a constituency. This is also the work of the Election Commission, as I have told you before, that the Election Commission has to see that what is the total number of members, how many constituencies are there, all these things are there which the Election Commission must have to take in account. Another one is universal adult franchise. Universal means for all. Adult means 18 years and above. Franchise means right to vote. So all the people who are 18 years and above, without any discrimination, universal means without any discrimination, have the right to vote. Clear? Universal means without any discrimination. Adult means 18 years and above. Franchise means right to vote. So any person who is 18 years and above, there will be no discrimination of caste, language, religion, sex, whatever. And that person has the right to vote if that person is a citizen of that country, is not having a criminal background, is mentally sound, or is not a bankrupt. Then you have other, if you don't have these kinds of things, then you can have the right to vote. You should be mentally sound, you should not have a criminal background, and you should not be a bankrupt, and you should be a citizen of India. These are the qualifications which are required for giving vote for a particular country. And one more thing I will tell you is that when India started with system of voting, when India started with voting pattern, when India started with her system of elections in 1952, in fact India started with this system only, universal adult franchise. India started her voting system with universal adult franchise because apart from universal adult franchise, there are other methods also. For example, you have male franchise. Male means only male, that is those who are men are allowed to vote in some countries of the world. Then in some countries there was education franchise. Education means only those who are highly educated should be given the right to vote. And in some countries there was property based franchise. Property based franchise means only those people who are owners of property, they will be given the right to vote. Why? Because they give, as they have taxes, they give votes. And in some countries of the world, women were not allowed, are not allowed to vote. So women franchise or women suffrage is not allowed. But India did not go for any of the system. India started with her election system with the system of universal adult franchise. And in fact, you know, when you go to class 12, this particular incident, although this chapter has been removed for the time being, I don't know whether it will be included for you or not, that it was known to be the biggest gamble in the history of India. Biggest gamble. Gamble, you know what is gambling, playing of cards, trying your luck. So India has played the biggest gamble by trying its voting system with universal adult franchise. Clear? But India had proved to have come out to be very, very successful in this endeavor. So although India started with universal adult franchise, many countries of the world, you know, they have criticized this attitude of India, but never mind, India did well with this system, and still today India continues with the system of universal adult franchise. Next one. Okay, next one please. You know, firstly, India had followed a system for counting votes for declaring the winner, and the system was known to be FPTP. What is that? First past the post. First past the post. Past means the one whom you have left behind. First, you are first, and past the post. Past the post means the one you have just left behind. Clear? So in this respect, you will find that previously whoever got the highest number of votes, you know, than the others was declared to be the winner. But because why this system was followed? Why? Because this system was very simple, clear, and It was very cheap, or it was not so expensive, people could understand it very well, and the system was very, very simple. The reason why India followed the system of first past the post in the beginning. So, in the beginning India followed this system, which means that whoever got the highest number of votes was declared to be the winner. For example, you see that total 100 votes, I am taking a small amount, small number I am taking. Imagine that the total number of people who have voted in India are 100, and the different parties or candidates, for example, A, B, C, D, I am taking these names. One has got 20, another got 30, another got 35, another got 10. So, what did we do? The one who got 35, we declared that person to be the winner. But the person who has got 35, does it seem that this person is a very popular candidate? No. Why? Because if you have to become a popular candidate, you must get at least more than half. What is the half of 100? That is 50. And if you want to get more than 100, more than half, that means plus, which will be 51, which can be either 51 or up till 100. So, a person, in order to prove that that person is a popularly elected candidate who has been chosen by most of the people of the country, must get at least more than half. More than half. That should be done. If a candidate is a chosen one, is a popular candidate, they must have to prove that they must have got the support of at least more than half of the population, which should be at least 51%. So, in that case, what is now practiced, the system which is practiced is known as absolute majority. What is absolute majority system? That means in order to win, you must have to get at least I am telling you, at least 51% of the votes, at least 51%, which means that more than half. Then only you can say that yes, I am a popularly elected candidate. Clear? Another system is known to be proportional representation. This system is mainly followed in countries like Netherlands, Israel, countries like there. Clear? Countries like Israel, Netherlands, this system is followed. What? Here, the entire country is treated as a constituency. Clear? Here, the entire country is treated as a constituency, and from every party, one candidate is allowed, one or more than one. From one party, how many candidates can stand up for election? One or more than that. That means they are multi-member. And people have one vote, one person. Every person have the right to give one vote. So, after the result is declared, for example, there are 4 parties A, B, C, D, and the parties will get seats in the legislature. Now, I treat this to be the legislature. That is, what is the legislature? The first organ of the government. As for example, in India, you call it to be the Lok Sabha, which is the house of the people. For example, this is the Lok Sabha. I am giving you the name of Lok Sabha so that you can understand. For example, party A has got 40%, sorry, 30%. Party B has got 50%, this one 20%, this one 10%. So, according to the number of according to the percentage of votes they have got, they will get the seats in the legislature accordingly. For example, B, it has got 50%, so the entire 50% of the seats will go to B. Then 30%, maybe this 30% will go for A. Then 20%, maybe 20% for C, and the rest 10% to D. That is proportional representation. That means you will get seats in the legislature according to the number of votes you have got. But in India, this system is not followed. We follow the system of absolute majority. Clear? And you first understand these systems, and maybe tomorrow if I get a time, either tomorrow or day after tomorrow, within 2 days I will complete this chapter and I will give you the possible questions from this chapter. Clear? Thank you very much.